Welcome back to Wright Flicks, the channel where we break down the biggest stories shaking up Hollywood, streaming, and everything in between. I'm Michael.
And I'm Emily. And Michael, we are starting with a bombshell today. Netflix just dropped $82.7 billion to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. Yes, you heard that right. The streaming giant is swallowing one of Hollywood's most legendary studios. This is not a drill.
Okay, let's rewind for a second. We've been hearing rumors for weeks, but now it's official. Netflix is buying Warner Brothers' film and TV studios plus HBO Max for $72 billion in cash and stock. The total deal, a whopping $82.7 billion when you include debt. Emily, this is the biggest entertainment deal since Disney bought Fox in 2019. What even prompted this?
Desperation, ambition, and a whole lot of cash, Michael. Warner Brothers Discovery has been struggling. Stock prices were slumping, and they were looking for a lifeline. Enter Netflix, which just outbid rivals like Paramount, Skydance, and Comcast in a dramatic, weeks-long bidding war. And let's be real, Netflix has the deep pockets to pull this off. They're betting big on Warner's iconic franchises: Harry Potter, DC Comics, Game of Thrones, Friends, you name it.
But here's the twist. Netflix has always been the streaming-first company. They've barely dipped their toes into theatrical releases. Now they're suddenly promising to keep Warner Brothers movies in theaters? Taylor, do you buy that? Because theater owners are already freaking out. I saw a quote from Cinema United calling this deal an unprecedented threat to their business.
I mean, I get why they're nervous. Netflix's entire model is built around keeping people on their couches, not in theater seats. But they're also not stupid. They know Warner's contracts for theatrical releases run through 2029. They can't just yank movies from cinemas overnight. That said, long term, I'd be worried if I ran a theater. Netflix has never been a friend to the big screen, and now they own one of the biggest studios in Hollywood.
Okay, let's talk about what this means for us, the viewers. Emily, you're a subscriber to both Netflix and HBO Max. Are you excited to see these libraries combined, or are you side-eyeing this like, here comes another price hike?
Both. Honestly, I'm equal parts hyped and skeptical. On one hand, imagine having Stranger Things, Squid Game, and Game of Thrones all in one place. That's a content buffet. But, and this is a big but, what if Netflix uses this deal to justify jacking up subscription prices? Or worse, what if they start pulling Warner's content from other platforms to force people to subscribe? We've seen this playbook before, and it's not always great for us consumers.
And let's not forget the elephant in the room, regulators. This deal is massive, and it's already raising antitrust red flags. The AP reported that critics are worried about Netflix becoming a Goliath in streaming, with too much control over what we watch and how much we pay. Emily, do you think this deal actually goes through, or is it going to get tied up in court for years?
Oh, it's absolutely going to face scrutiny. The administrations or whoever's in charge isn't just going to rubber stamp a deal that hands Netflix this much power. And don't forget, there's political drama here too. Paramount, which lost the bidding war, is run by David Ellison, son of Oracle billionaire. Rumor has it they're not happy about how this went down, and they've got the clout to make noise. So yeah, Jamie, buckle up. This could be a long, messy road to the finish line.
All right, let's zoom out for a second. If this deal goes through, how does it change Hollywood? Are we looking at the end of the streaming wars, or just the beginning of a new era where Netflix calls all the shots?
I think it's both. On one hand, this could signal the end of the streaming wars as we know them. Netflix plus Warner Brothers is a juggernaut. No other streamer can compete with that library. But on the other hand, this might just kick off a new battle. Disney, Universal, and even Apple or Amazon aren't going to sit back and let Netflix dominate. We could see more mergers, more exclusive content, and honestly, more fragmentation for consumers. It's like the Avengers of streaming just assembled, and now everyone else is scrambling to build their own team.
And what about the creatives, the writers, directors, and actors who make this content? Warner Brothers has a reputation for nurturing big franchises and giving filmmakers resources. Does Netflix have the same track record?
That's the million-dollar question, Mike. Netflix has poured money into original content, but they're also known for canceling shows abruptly and prioritizing algorithms over artistic vision. Warner Brothers, for all its flaws, has a legacy of backing bold, risky projects. If Netflix starts treating Warner's franchises like their own, data-driven, binge-friendly, and disposable, we could see a shift in the kind of stories that get made, and not necessarily for the better.
All right, let's wrap this up, Emily. Final thoughts. Good for fans, bad for fans, or just a wait-and-see situation?
I'm going with a wait and see, but with a side of caution. If you're a fan of Warner's franchises or HBO's prestige TV, this could mean more content at your fingertips. But if you love the magic of movie theaters or you're tired of streaming prices going up, this deal might leave a sour taste. And let's be real, Netflix isn't doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. They're building an empire. Whether that empire serves the fans or just the shareholders, that's the story we'll be watching unfold.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for breaking this down with me, Em. And to all of you listening, what do you think? Are you hyped for a Netflix Warner Brothers super library, or are you already mourning the death of competition? Hit us up on YouTube at Wright Flicks, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive. Until then, keep streaming, and maybe buy some popcorn for those theater trips while you still can.